Silicon Valley Bank is no more.
Welcome to another video, my dear friends. America's major bank, California's Silicon Valley Bank, has collapsed. This is the second time in history of America. Before, in 2008, the Washington Mutual Bank was collapsed, which was lead to financial crisis in the year 2008. Now the financial experts analyzed that Silicon Valley Bank collapsed might create another financial crisis in the world. In this video, we will look after what went wrong with this bank, and what will happen to deposited money at Silicon Valley Bank. Silicon Valley Bank is a financial institution that is focused on providing specialized services to tech startups and innovative companies. Founded in 1983, its headquarters in Santa Clara, California, and has offices in various locations around the world. Before dive into topic, first we need to understand how banks work. Bank will accept deposit from their customer, but banks do not keep our deposited money. They will invest the deposited money on various places, like stock market, giving loans, buying gold, and make money themselves by using our money. All deposited investment are collectively known as portfolio. You may hear that every financial experts advise their customer that portfolio need to be diversified. A person should not invest all funds into single field. It is a high risk. The same thing is happened to Silicon Valley Bank. This bank was heavily investing in technology-based startups. The 60% of all startup in America was funded by this bank. Silicon Valley Bank was almost working for technology-based startups, but other banks are diversified their investment. The problem began with COVID-19, where it was a global lockdown. From all over world, people start investing in software companies. People saw that software companies are the most successful even during the lockdown. So in 2021 the startup raised a lot of money. If this startup have so much money, they would want to deposit the funds with bank. And it was with their well-known Silicon Valley Bank. The total deposits with bank is $120 billion in March 2021, but 1 year back in 2020 it was $62 billion, 100% was increased. It was huge jump since the bank has more deposit from customers, so they decided to invest in government bonds and corporate bonds. Almost all money is invested in bonds. In America usually interest rated were around 0.25% low interest rates. But in 2023 the Federal Reserve decision to raise interest rate due to inflation in America. Inflation was rapidly increased because of Russia-Ukraine war. Interest rate on borrowing loans increased as well. For startups and companies, taking loans become more expensive, so they would avoid taking loans. They would use the money they have deposited into bank. So the tech startup wanted to withdraw their deposited to meet financial need. Since the startup had their own deposited money with Silicon Valley Bank, they want to make withdrawals at the same time. It may become problematic for the bank. Because the deposited money is invested in bonds, bank would not have enough funds available. Due to the high demands of the customer, the bank started selling the bonds at a loss. They sold about $21 billion worth of bonds at the loss of $1.8 billion. And it was also selling its investment at billions of dollars in losses. As soon as this news became public, all customers were worried about their money and rushed to withdraw the deposited money. But bank has huge loss by selling their bonds in low price. It turned out to be wrong time. It is an event of collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. The bank did not commit any fraud. What will happen to deposited money at Silicon Valley Bank? The money is insured by Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC. Up to a certain amount is $25,000. The depositors are protected up to insurance limit. The FDIC would step in as receiver and would responsible for paying out insured deposits to eligible depositors. FDIC is a government agency Overall, in the unlikely event of collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, customer with deposits at the bank would have some protection in place through FDIC insurance. So this is all, friends, about collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. Thanks for watching.